So before I start this video, if you do hear a knocking sound, that's because the boiler has just chipped in, so you may hear knocking going in between, like right now, so don't mind it all too much. Now here we are with another sweet inducing episode of Gakuen Babysitters with episode 5. And as you know, each episode is split into 2 parts. So the first half actually dealt with Midori and the second half dealt with Karen. So this episode focused on both our little girls within the babysitting club. The other episodes we focus on the boys. Now we focus on the girls. So the first part of the episode, we were also introduced to a new character who I do believe will make at least 1 to 2 more appearances for the remaining of the show, and he goes by the name of Inui. Now, Inui. So first off, some people may not like how he introduced himself, because we had it where Ryuichi was changing Midori's diaper, and then when he came in trying to look for her, he automatically like, oh my god, in here stinks, which automatically offended Ryuichi, and it may have offended you as the viewer. And he's like, you know, constantly saying poop factory and, you know, with these kids and everything of that sort. And we come to find out his motive of why he came to the babysitting club. It was because he was trying to find her, but also the mother. As we know, the babysitting club, the children that are there, their mothers work in the school. So with Inui's case, he has a major crush, or he's really in love with Midori's mother, and he comes to believe that her husband is far, far away, as in 6 feet underneath, and he's going to become the new father, in other words, the stepfather for Midori, and become, you know, the husband for her mother. So he doesn't really know the whole truth behind it, and as you can see, he's not really used to children. So for the fact that he's willing to become Midori's stepfather, he's going to have to get used to changing her diapers a lot, and also for the fact that he is a year older than Ryuichi and Kamitani. So just keep that in mind. So we had it where, you know, we constantly see him coming in and trying to, you know, get with Midori's mother. It comes to find out that actually what he thought about her husband being gone or dead was actually untrue. He actually mixed up the story. Actually, Midori's father is an archaeologist, and he was away on a trip in Turkey doing, you know, some business and studies, and now he's finally back with his work to go to the university and, you know, basically teach that within a classroom setting. So he actually mixed up the entire story, which pretty much sucks, because he thought he actually had a chance with a possible widow mother slash wife. But possibly he may still have feelings for her, even though his heart has been crushed and, you know, he's been denied of the fact of a potential love interest. But I don't think that's the end of Inui, because like I said, he's going to be back possibly for a few more episodes, and also who knows, he may still have lingering feelings for Midori's mother. So we got out of that way. Now we get into the second half, and the second half was rather cute, because Karen, who seems like she's very playful, and she seems like the most mature out of all the children, because some of the stuff that she said, like I heard her say a full sentence, and I'm like you're only a year or 2 years old. How are you saying a full sentence? The reason for that is because all the boys decided to play like almost like a game of Power Rangers, say it like that, and she didn't want to take part of it because she's like, you know, you have to grow up. Instead, superheroes don't exist, witches do. She wants to grow up to become a witch, and so she and Taka are going at it with each other, where superheroes versus witches. And then he goes show his evidence, where they call eminence. You know, if children can't pronounce the word, they kind of butcher it in a way that makes sense or close to the actual word. So his eminence was that he took a picture with a cosplayer, but of course at that age he believes that he actually took a picture with a superhero. So Karen had to show her proof now, saying that witches are real. So she got her little broomstick and was sitting on it like an actual witch would in hopes to fly. Of course, it's failing because witches don't exist and superheroes don't exist. So she's trying so hard, and we have where Kamitani, Hayato, and Inomata are trying to help Ryuichi to show Karen that witches are real in a sense, but at the same time not in the way that she thinks so, and he feels bad for not actually telling her the truth. Now it got kind of scary, and this is the part where like a lot of people are afraid with smaller children. We have where Karen saw like a high step, and then she's thinking in her head that you saw like the connection from her and that high step, that if she climbs up there and she jumps off, she believes that she can fly. Luckily, Ryuichi is able to catch her in time before some serious damage could happen, because if that did, I don't think I can watch the remaining episodes. I'm done with this show. I'm crying for the rest of the week. And he was able to save her, but she's crying because one, she finally believed that, you know, witches don't exist and she can't fly, and then she has to admit to Taka that, you know, you were right and I am wrong. But the twist on that was, prior to her doing all of that, you know, trying to jump off the stair, we have where Ryuichi was thinking in his head that, you know, the type of witch that I believe to be real is the chairwoman, simply because she looks scary and she kind of has the physical look of a witch, which he actually dismisses. And then fast forward to that scene, and then we have where the chairwoman was passing by, and then he explained to her the situation that went on, and she kind of put a twist on it, something that, like, when you have children, and even though you don't want to really crush their dreams, as they were trying to do, not crush Karen's dream, but at the same time make them kind of sense a world of reality. What the chairwoman did was actually pretty amazing and pretty cool, innovative, if you will. That she says, there's no way you can fly at your age. You have to be 100 years old or older to be able to fly. So she didn't crush Karen's dream. She actually gave her a goal to achieve and kept her imagining stuff, and at her tender age, and at the same time, like, it's a reality that could never be reached, because eventually she won't, when she gets older, she'll realize that witches do not exist. So, and then after that, she's like, you know, it's going to rain, so get inside. And then a few moments later, it actually rained. And we have where Ryuichi is thinking, you know, possibly the chairwoman might be somewhat of a witch. And the way I see it is that she knows stuff. She sees stuff, and she's very understanding, and she can kind of tell how things are going to play out. Not that she's an actual witch, if you're thinking that, but she kind of understands how the settings take place, and she can come up with a conclusion of what is going to happen as an aftermath. So it was a very good episode. I really loved the second half, and even though Inui has some stuff going on, I hope we bring him back into later episodes, future episodes, and they develop his character a little bit more, because I want to see more of his character and also to hear more of Hosea. So if you saw this week's episode of Gakuen Babysitters, episode 5, do tell me in the comment section below of how you felt about this week's episode. If you read the manga chapter of these two parts, do tell me if there were some things that were changed, some stuff that were never added, and all of that jazz. And the links are in the description box, so you guys could go check that out. And I'm Kimmy Chan of Anime Legends Podcast, and I will see you guys later. Bye!